So, yeah. So I'd like to start obviously by thanking my beautiful wife, Lucy looks stunning.
For having you.
And I'd just like to say that I just want to share my gratitude to obviously Vicky's family and the fact that they've just welcomed me in, and I feel such a part of everything that they do, and I feel honoured to be a part of the family. And yeah, and just can't do these speech things. Obviously I'd like to thank Tom, the best man. Stealing job there, Tom. The officers. Bill for the photography. Ashley's house is out today as well, yeah, of course. I should have wrote something down since this just isn't me. Bridesmaids, and obviously the beautiful flower girls. Yeah, bridesmaids, Callie, and everybody else for coming and being here. And I'm going to pass you over to somebody else now for all losers. But I just want everybody get down on that beach in a minute and dance until your face falls off. A toast to everybody.
Thanks, mate. Right, I'll just start off by saying nobody's happy in the mainland that these pair have decided to tie the knot, you might say. We've also had a lot of friends since we've met Wayne, including family, his two boys, Nathan, Chris, and Courtney. So we've gained a bit of family as well. That's how we feel, and not forget Lily, May, and Daisy. So we're over the moon, aren't we, Doc? So, like I say, I can't say much more apart from how well the bridesmaids look and everybody today, and you look stunning today. Absolutely stunning. And the wedding itself was lovely, and I think it brought more tears to a few people than you thought it did. You thought there was a lot of people touched by that wedding today, and I can see why, because you're a lovely couple and you deserve everything you get now. A few other things. There's one standing in the middle. He's worked his socks off, and he has, look. He has his socks off. Another thing is, to show what a special couple you are, all these people, family and friends, have turned up in Malta for your wedding today.
Yes,
so that was credit to you too. And apart from that, I can't say much more. So I'll just pass on now to Tom. Oh, toast, yeah, of course. Don't get the toast. We've got to have a few drinks. Right,
Bill for all his hard work today.
Hello, everyone. We know. I know it's not tradition for the groom's son to say a few words, but I have got a few words to say myself. It's been a great pleasure to be here and witness this special day. I just wanted to say a few words on my own. Before I start, Vicky, please place your hand on the table. Dad, please place your hand on top of Vicky's. I wanted to
well, I had to really say a rather nice speech. Dad said if you're impressed, I'd be able to speak at his next wedding too. Not many of you may know, but I actually knew Vicky before my dad did. She was the tutor of my lifeguard course many years ago, about 4 years ago if I remember rightly. Dad, I remember you not long after coming home saying you met a lovely woman on a night out. A gym night out, I believe. He was telling me what a lovely woman he'd met. She worked at Dimensions and her name was Vicky. I said, no way, not Vicky Hill. He says, yes. You're probably best not mention I'm your son for a while. I wasn't the best student on her course, to say the least. He did mention it though, and Vicky stayed around, just like she has through thick and thin since being a part of the family. She's had a major impact on Dad's life, mine, and of course Lily May's too. And for that, I think she deserves a very good husband. So, well done Dad for marrying her before she found one. All joking aside, Vicky, you look absolutely stunning today. I'm sure most of you will agree, if not all of you. Dad, I'm glad to see you made an effort too, minus the bloody hair. Enough from me now. I'd like to ask all guests to stand for a toast. I do sincerely hope and wish you all the best for your marriage. And if you're all thinking why I asked Dad to place his hand on top of Vicky's, I wanted to give Dad a few short minutes where he had the upper hand. Because it'll certainly be your last. Everybody, to Wayne and Vicky. Woo! I'm going to pass you over to the best man who's done a stunning job today as well.
Cheers. Nice one, Chris.
Panic then, my speech disappeared. Right, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. They say every silver lining has a cloud. So my apologies, here I am. Those of you who don't know me, my name's Tom, and I'm the best man. I'm very friendly, house trained, rarely bite, and will be found in the not too distant future at the bar. I'd also like to mention that I'm a complete novice at public speaking, and I have an overwhelming urge to prove that today. So, firstly, I'd like to thank Eric, Wayne and Chris for the speeches. You've left me with a hard act to follow, so thank you for that. So, on behalf of myself and the bridesmaids, I'd like to thank Wayne and Vicky for asking us to be involved in one of the most important days of their lives. I know they both put tremendous effort into the planning of the wedding, and I can only hope that apart from my speech, everything else exceeded your plans. So, the bridesmaids looked amazing, and came only second to the beautiful blushing bride, who I'm sure you'll all agree looked simply stunning, and Wayne, who just looked simple and stunned. Next, I'd like to take some time to thank a few people who on the face of it have had a fairly easy day. They've had to cope with the difficulties of standing round, pouting, looking pretty. They've spent a lot of time on their hair and makeup and outfits, and without them, the day just wouldn't have been the same. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the ushers, Nathan, Chris, and Ash. I'd also like to thank you all for being here today, especially those who knew I'd be saying a few words and still came. To see so many people here today at the wedding in a different country amazes me. I still can't get over how far people will travel for a free meal and some complimentary booze. But seriously though, Wayne and Vicky, seeing how many people have gone to this effort to be here today is really a credit to the pair of you. I'm sure everyone here agrees with me when I say what an absolutely stunning place this is, not just to visit, but to spend one of the most important days of your lives with you. So, I first met Wayne about 36 years ago. Wait. So, I can honestly say he's one of the best blokes I've ever met. He's been a brilliant friend over the years, and it's truly an honour to be his best man today. We've had some excellent times together, and I know we will continue to do so in the future. No one was more happy for Wayne when Wayne met Vicky than I was. Seeing their romance blossom was like watching a fairy tale unfold, and I'm sure you're all wondering now which fairy tale, and you're all thinking Beauty and the Beast. I'm thinking Shrek. So, how did I get to become the best man? Well, about 18 months ago, me and Wayne were out having a drink. Later on in the evening, while sat at the bar by ourselves, Wayne looked at me, straight in the eyes. Then his voice went all quiet and trembly, and he asked how I felt about marriage. I was rather taken aback. I told him I was flattered, but what happened on that road trip in Australia happened. We've both got partners now and we need to move on.
Didn't tell me that, Dad.
I'll tell you later, Chris, if you keep the drinks coming. Sorry, he's right.
Lock and key.
So, I'd just like to thank all of you for coming here and making this day extra special for Wayne and Vicky. So like I said, you know, it's a tribute to them that so many people travelled so far to spend the time with them. When Wayne met Vicky, I gained a new best friend, and I can honestly say Vicky's really been there for me this year. I've had some troubled times this year, and Vicky and Wayne have both been a rock to me, so thank you both for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please raise your glasses and toast the bride and groom, Wayne and Vicky. Cheers. And that concludes everything. It's party time. Woo!